The number one thing truly wealthy people never waste money on: paying for false hope. Essentially spending money in exchange for hope for riches. And yes, I'm talking about very popular but controversial things that people love to spend money on. Things such as lottery tickets, gambling, and get-rich-quick schemes. And in my humble opinion, all mechanisms that are designed to prey on people's desperate desires to make money quickly. Let's start with the lottery. Americans spend over $100 billion on lottery tickets every single year, making it the most popular form of gambling in the country. But the odds of winning big? For the Mega Millions, it is 1 in 300 million. You're more likely to get struck by lightning twice than win the jackpot. This is what the economists call a poverty tax. Most people who buy the lottery tickets are not wealthy. Unfortunately, most are disproportionately lower income earners. But why are they buying lottery tickets if they're strapped for money? It's because they're lured by the fantasy of sudden wealth. Because if they can win the lottery, that winning can overnight transform their lives. But to the truly wealthy, this kind of spending makes no sense. It's money burned for nothing more than a fleeting dream. And gambling is not much better. Whether it's not at the casino or betting on sports with blind confidence, the odds are stacked against you. The house always wins, and that is because the game is designed that way. According to Rutgers University, over 5 million Americans are problem gamblers. That is a lot of people. And what is worse is that many end up not just broke, but in debt and emotionally devastated. And then there are all the get-rich-quick schemes. These are, in my eyes, modern-day snake oils, promising financial freedom with little effort, usually sold through glitzy marketing and overpriced courses. Whether it's the guaranteed real estate flipping systems, pyramid schemes disguised as multi-level marketing, or exclusive masterclasses taught by self-proclaimed gurus. But most often, the only ones making money here are the ones selling these systems and courses, not the customers buying them. Well, the truly wealthy know better. They understand that wealth is not something you hope for. It is something that you build through hard work, discipline, and diligence. And they also understand that it takes time, most often a lot longer than we'd like. But that is a sure path to building wealth, not these paying for false hope. A dream doesn't become reality through magic. It takes sweat, determination, and hard work. The number two thing truly wealthy people never spend money on: status symbol spending. Think of spending money on luxury brand items such as designer handbags, top-of-the-line luxury SUVs, or a $40,000 watch. These are brands designed to make someone feel like they're somebody in the eyes of others. But here's the irony. Those who are truly wealthy rarely feel the need to buy these symbols. Why? Because they don't feel the need to prove their wealth. They already live it, in quiet confidence. In fact, data from the Zebra reveals that 61% of people earning over $250,000 a year don't even own a luxury vehicle. Most luxury cars are actually driven by individuals who earn far less and are trying to project wealth they don't actually possess. And this pattern extends across all so-called luxury brands. Take Hermes, for example. Their iconic Birkin bags can cost upwards of $20,000, with some special editions selling for over $200,000. Yet studies show the majority of luxury handbag purchases are made by middle-income consumers stretching their budgets, not the truly wealthy. Or consider Gucci. Their iconic loafers can cost $800 or more. While this might seem like the purchase only the ultra-wealthy can afford, Gucci products are often purchased by consumers earning modest income who save up specifically for these visible status items while neglecting investments that would actually build wealth. And then there's Rolex. With watches starting at around $5,000 and going beyond $50,000 for certain models, they appear to be the ideal symbol of financial success. However, the typical Rolex owner has a net worth under $1 million, hardly qualifying as ultra-wealthy, despite the brand's marketing as the timepiece of the elite. I was recently at a second-hand luxury brand store, and despite knowing the price beforehand, I was so shocked by how much some of these watches cost. Yes, I know. In a world dominated by Instagram and TikTok, the pressure to display wealth has never been greater. These platforms have created a culture where flexing these luxury items has become the norm. But this is no path to building wealth. Actually, quite the opposite. Real wealth is not about what you spend, it's about what you keep and how you grow it. So ignore the depreciating status symbols and opt for acquiring appreciating financial assets. Spending money to show people how much money you have is the fastest way to have less money. So at this point you might be saying, I get it, Tay. You don't spend money for status to show off. Truly wealthy individuals do not spend their precious money on these things. But do you know what they do spend their money on? Protection and security for their family's future. This is because truly wealthy people understand that real wealth isn't just about accumulating assets, it's about protecting what matters most. They know that all the careful spending and investing means nothing if their loved ones are left vulnerable. That's why my wife and I made term life insurance a priority for our family as soon as the kids were born. We didn't wait around because financial security is not something you procrastinate on, especially when others depend on you. Which is why I'm excited to talk to you about today's video sponsor, Fabric by Gerber Life. Fabric understands what matters most to parents because it was built by parents for parents just like us. Unlike traditional insurance companies that make you jump through endless hoops, Fabric has reimagined life insurance for today's busy families. Their process is refreshingly simple. You can apply online in less than 10 minutes. No scheduling appointments with agents, no drowning in paperwork. Just a straightforward digital experience you can complete from anywhere and on your own time. And here's something truly game-changing. If you qualify, you could be offered coverage instantly with no health exam required. That means you could secure your family's financial future in the time it takes to brew your morning coffee. Fabric offers a range of affordable coverage options to fit your family's unique needs and budget. You can get up to $1 million in coverage for less than $1 a day. Think about that. For less than what you probably spend on a daily streaming subscription, you could help protect your family's standard of living and even help them to achieve the goals you've been building towards together, even if you're no longer there. And I'm not the only one who trusts Fabric. They earned an impressive A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and have over 1,900 5-star reviews with an excellent rating on Trustpilot. And these are not just numbers. They represent thousands of families who found peace of mind through Fabric. But what really sets Fabric apart is that they're not just about life insurance. They've created a comprehensive platform for your family's financial wellness. They offer free online wills that you can create in minutes and access to kids' investment accounts so you can plan for your children's future, all in one place. And the best part? You can manage everything right from your phone. It's like having a financial command center for your family in your pocket. None of us can predict the future, but we can take steps today to protect what matters most. As parents, that's the greatest gift we can give to our children: security and stability, no matter what tomorrow brings. So don't wait until someday to secure your family's future. Join the thousands of parents who trust Fabric to help protect their family. Apply today in just minutes at meetfabric.com/tay. That's meetfabric.com/tay. METT fabric.com/tay. Alright, with that said, let's get back to the video. The number 3 thing truly wealthy people never waste money on: excessive homes. If you ever watched TV shows like Lifestyle of the Rich and Famous a while back, or more recently, The Secret Lives of Super Rich, it feels like you're getting a true glimpse into the lives of the wealthy, right? You get to see how real wealthy people live. They showcase sprawling mansions perched dramatically on exclusive cliffsides, their facades gleaming with imported marbles, and floor-to-ceiling windows that reflect the sunset. The living room so big, it stretches out endlessly with soaring 35-foot ceilings anchored by custom chandelier that cost more than most cars. And the bathroom? They're larger than many apartments. They not only include enormous walk-in showers, but a freestanding tub that resembles a small pool, plus a vanity that's larger than my dining table. And when you watch these shows long and often enough, you genuinely come to believe that this is how all wealthy people live. They spend excessively, and they go out of their way to showcase their wealth to the world. However, as I matured and had the opportunity to interact with truly wealthy individuals, I've realized how disconnected these shows were from reality. The television portrayal of wealth, with its emphasis on extravagant homes and lavish possessions, painted a distorted picture that rarely represents how unassuming most affluent people actually live. Because the truth is that most millionaires choose to live in modest homes. A 2024 survey by the Money Guy show found that 74% of millionaires live in homes valued less than $1 million. And only 1% live in homes greater than $5 million. And this pattern aligns perfectly with Dr. Thomas Stanley documented in the groundbreaking book, The Millionaire Next Door, which revealed that millionaires are far more likely to live in modest neighborhoods and affordable homes. So then why this disconnect between perception and reality? Because for one, TV is not reality. And two, more importantly, the truly wealthy understand that a home should serve their needs, not drain their resources or satisfy their ego. And since housing represents one of the largest lifetime expense, they recognize that keeping these costs manageable creates one of the most reliable paths to building lasting wealth. More capital freed up, more money they can invest in appreciating assets. So next time you watch one of these shows, remember, while the television producers are hunting for the most extravagant homes to showcase, most millionaires are very content in their modest homes. The number 4 thing truly wealthy people never waste money on: unplanned spending. If you ever walked into Target for toothpaste and walked out with $200 worth of stuff you didn't know you needed, you're not alone. But that kind of impulsive, unplanned spending, truly wealthy people do their best to avoid it like the plague. But how, right? By planning their spending. They use systems and tools not to restrict themselves, but to ensure they're spending with intention. Because they know that every dollar spent without purpose is a dollar not invested towards the future. According to a 2023 report by Slate Deals, the average American spends over $450 per month on impulse buys. That's more than $5,000 a year. Things that could have been avoided with a little forethought and planning. So what are some of the biggest culprits of unplanned spending? Here are some of my favorites. 1. Constant takeout. Essentially constantly grabbing takeout because nothing is prepped at home. Not only is constantly eating out unhealthy, it gets expensive. According to a study by Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average American household spends over $3,000 annually on food away from home, and much of this is due to lack of planning. 2. Daily coffee out. Buying coffee out every day because we didn't effectively plan our coffee needs. Now on the surface, a $6 latte doesn't sound like much. However, if you do this daily, over a year, they can add up to more than $2,000 annually. That's enough to fund a decent vacation or make a significant contribution to your retirement account. If coffee is part of your daily routine, I say invest in a quality home coffee machine that will eventually pay for itself. 3. Shopping without a list. Essentially, heading to the store or shopping online without a clear plan of what you need. This almost always leads to buying items that you don't need while forgetting the essentials. Research from Marketing Science Institute shows shoppers who use lists spend an average of 23% less per trip than those who shop without one. And 4. Expedited shipping. Now, to pay for fast shipping because of an emergency, that is totally understandable. However, to do this regularly because we didn't plan ahead, that is criminal. These rush fees typically add $10 to $25 per order, and like coffee, if we did this regularly, we're talking about thousands over a couple of years. With just a minimal planning and patience, we can avoid this unnecessary cost. Now, I'm not going to say that all truly wealthy individuals are immune to these temptations, because let's admit it, we're all human. But the difference is that they understand that these are money wasters, so they work hard to minimize them as much as possible by developing systems. What kind of systems? Glad you asked. Let me cover a few here. 1. They pre-plan their meals so they're not grabbing takeout or eating out all the time. 2. They always use shopping lists before heading out the door. 3. They have regular money meetings so they can better understand their spending patterns and make course corrections as necessary. And 4. Some even go as far as implementing a personal cooling off period for large purchases. Instead of buying something immediately, they'll wait 24 to 72 hours before finalizing the decision. Now, this is not comprehensive, but you get the picture of what they're trying to do. Bottom line, don't let lack of planning hold you back from building wealth. Instead of wondering where your money disappears at the end of each month, be intentional with your money and incorporate good planning to drive your spending behavior. Do not save what is left after spending. Instead, spend what is left after saving. Alright, but is there something worse than unplanned spending that many people fall for? Unfortunately, there is, and let me get into it next. But before we get there, there's a really cool and fun tool I want to share with you. Have you ever wondered what your unique money superpower is? Maybe you're naturally gifted at crunching numbers. Or perhaps you have an uncanny ability to spot value where others can't. Some of you might even have the rare talent to stay calm during market chaos. Well, I created something fun that will reveal exactly that. It's called the Money Superpower Quiz. It takes just a few minutes to complete, and what you'll discover might surprise you. You'll not only learn your personal money superpower, but you'll also receive a customized strategies that leverages your natural strength to accelerate your wealth building journey. And the best part? It's completely free. My way of saying thank you for spending your precious time watching my dry and boring videos. Just click the link in the description below to discover your money superpower. The number 5 and the last thing truly wealthy people never waste money on. While unplanned spending is like financial death by 1,000 cuts, wasteful spending is the equivalent of setting your money on fire in broad daylight. Why is this? It's because truly wealthy individuals are obsessively intentional about how they spend their money. They don't just ask, can I afford this? They ask, is it worth it? Because just being able to afford something doesn't make it a smart use of money. But wasteful spending still sneaks in all kinds of different ways. So let me share with you some of my favorites so you can identify them and more importantly, reduce them. One of the most common ones these days? Unused subscriptions. Think streaming platforms, gym memberships, meal kits, and apps you forgot you signed up for. A 2023 study by CNR Research found that average American wastes $219 per month on unused subscription services. $200 per month? That is precious money that could fund your Roth IRA and compound your wealth. 2. Another very common one. Buying cheap products that break quickly. We've all had experiences with this one. $3 for this t-shirt, $2 for this fan, $1 for this phone case. Who can resist, right? Until we bring the item home and it falls apart almost immediately. It wasn't made for durability and the price reflected it. And though it was small, it was still a waste of money. Money that could have been better used for higher quality products that would have lasted us longer. 3. Unnecessary bank fees. Think of bank account fees, overdraft charges, or ATM fees from out-of-network machines. These are all wasted money. There are so many different ways to avoid these unnecessary fees, either by following the bank guidelines, or if you don't like them, finding a bank that doesn't charge these silly fees. And 4, this one gets everyone, including myself. Endless upgrades. Think of a new phone every time a new model is released, a new car every 3 years because I get tired of the current one, Or a new camera every other year, thinking, this one will finally make me look better. On the camera, it doesn't work. I still look the same no matter how expensive or the new camera is. Ridiculously handsome with an amazing set of hair. Or that is what I like to tell myself because the truth hurts too much. Regardless, going back to the topic at hand, wasteful spending, the bottom line is to note that wasteful spending, such as spending on unused subscriptions, cheap products, and endless upgrades, are all impediments to our future wealth. If we want to achieve the truly wealthy status one day, we have to get good at identifying truly wasteful spending and shore them up as quickly as possible. He who buys what he doesn't need steals from himself. Thank you guys for spending your precious time with me, and if you want to stretch out the fun, I highly recommend you check out my video here on some of the silent expenses that are quietly destroying your wealth. Until next time, all the best.